What
or
about the
compared
DACH
to me.
market? Like, what do you see in the DACH
Mhm.
market that is working that you're like, okay, I feel like that is very specific in the DACH market? So for me, for instance, when I was selling to the DACH market, I knew there are emotional buyers and there, well, everywhere there are emotional buyers and there are rational buyers. But what I've noticed that even the emotional buyers, I need to touch the rationale in some way to make sure that the
Mhm.
efficiency of it, the efficiency of the meeting, is front of mind, if that makes sense.
Yes, that makes sense.
So how was it for you? Like, what are things that you notice that you feel like are very specific to the DACH market?
Trust, like 100%. Like Germans or like Swiss people, it takes some time until they open up. I met, like, if we talk about DACH, we can also talk about Switzerland. I met some people in
Mm.
Switzerland that they didn't even want to give me their name. So so Adrian, he did an amazing job. He outbound into Switzerland, and then he made a few meetings. We converted them, and we had our first meeting. And after that meeting, I was like, I will never sell into that account because she didn't even want to tell me her name. That less of a trust was there. She wasn't telling me her name, her company. I knew her company, I knew her name, but she didn't want to tell me. I was like, hey, I'm Django, and she was like, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. Uh, that was
Wow.
something really, really interesting. Yeah, I know. It doesn't happen too often, but when it happens, I find myself in a situation where I'm like, okay, I need to now like be agile in that
Yeah,
case because
yeah,
maybe she heard something bad about us, or she doesn't trust digitalization at all, or maybe
yeah.
some people are still against cloud solutions, and I don't know. Or maybe it's me, but I was there for like 5 seconds, so I don't think it was me. And yeah, it's built on trust. But regarding that case or other cases, I always find myself in like building some relationships. I can sell something small, like under 20,000 within 4 weeks, but when I want to sell something more expensive, let's say with more value, like 50,000, 100,000, like a proper project, like a bigger, more divisions included, then you need like more time to build up such a relationship to that particular stakeholders. I think it's everywhere like this, but I kind of have that feeling from my American sales friends that they tend to sell faster once they have a foot in the door. But when I have a foot in the door, I kind of need to shake a few hands before I get that sale.
Okay. And how do you do that? How do you build trust?
In that case or whatever, the people are just like, yeah, just talk and pitch me, and I'm like, okay, I will give it to you, man. I will
Okay.
pitch you now. I will pitch you now for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and then we'll ask you, are you ready to buy? No, just joking, but I'm just joking around a little bit to open them up, make some fun, and let's see. Send them the information they needed. I don't follow up on them. I just like send them everything they want and ask them kindly, like, if you're really interested, you can come back to me. But 80% we arrive with window shoppers, 20% we are not. So I'm not 100% sure about that. Once she comes back, it's good. Once she doesn't come back, she doesn't come back. So a few people came back, a few people didn't came back, and I think it's pretty hard for me as my age was 27 to tell what's right or wrong yet.
Mm.
But it works when you just have a good conversation with them and kind of be like empathic. I don't know the word right now.
Mhm.
Empathetic.
Mhm.
Yeah, something like
Mhm.
this, with them, and yeah, I think that helps a lot. So being nice is crucial these days. I don't think it's a Dach thing. I think being nice or having a healthy relationship with the person on the other side of the table is crucial for any sales. If you don't
Mm.
have it, if the SDR doesn't have that kindness with that person, that nicey thing going on, then we're screwed in the sales process. He sets a meeting, but it's the worst meeting ever.
Yeah.
Like it's not possible to open up that the prospect. He even was 20 minutes late. He doesn't even care. So.
I'm
It's
surprised that you waited
kind
for
of funny.
20 minutes. I probably like I have the 15-minute rule. I understand like even 15 minutes. 15 minutes is if you don't give a note,
Hmm.
like if you don't say, "Hey, I'm so sorry, meeting is
Hmm.
running late, I'll come." Then I wait for half an hour. It's fine. I get it. But then I
Hmm.
might just have another half an hour if it was an hour. But like I'm surprised that you
Okay.
waited. Or did they let you know that they're 20 minutes late?
I
Ah,
always call everyone after 5 minutes. So if someone is 5 minutes late, I'm like, hey man, you good? Did my
yeah.
link didn't work? So in that case, I never push it to the customer. I just call them up. I be like, hey man, is the
Yeah.
link not working? And
Yeah.
sometimes it is working and they're like, oh yeah, it's not working. And you just resend it and they show up and they're in a rush, kind of heavy breathing still because they were doing something else and kind of missed out, but it's fair. It's okay. We all miss something in life sometimes.
I love the idea with the link not working, because that's one thing that I've noticed as well. If you give the person, I guess it works in two ways, right? So you
Well,
can just say, hey, did you forget? And then they feel bad. And then they actually try to be nice to you because they feel bad. Or you actually say, oh, is the link not working? Which means you spare embarrassment.
exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
which is
So the
a nice,
same.
kind way. I feel like I'm not that kind. I'm like, dude, you're
Yeah.
freaking late. I'm German as well. I have a watch. I'm not going to give you a free coffee. I'm going to give you a free watch.
Yeah, yeah, that's a good one. I like that one as well. Yeah, no, I try to be nice in the first meetings. Try to be nice because I can understand if someone as a big account is like late for like 2 3 minutes because of setup reasons, or like
Yeah, of
got
course.
held back from Django and he had like
Of
five
course. Yeah.
questions and couldn't let him go.
Yeah.
And that's okay for me. But I understand being late as a German, for us in our traditions, it's really hard. So that is the key point. Never be late with Germans in the DACH region. People will. I'm never late, but my most of my customers are, or my leads are punctual, and I think they would be like really really mad at me if I would be late on a regular
Yeah, as
base.
a seller, yeah, of course. I also think there is a rule of 5 minutes. If you, especially working from home, 5 minutes fine, but 20 minutes is just a bit rude. You did say one thing.
Yeah.
You did say one thing that I kind of want to reiterate on. You said that you don't even follow up. So that's an interesting one, because I also noticed in the DACH market, if you genuinely feel like they are not interested, the more you follow up, the more annoyed they get. Because it's a time, like
Yeah.
I explained to myself as it's inefficient. They get an email and they might even look at it and they're annoyed that they have spent 5 seconds of their life looking at an email that they said they don't want to receive. So don't push it. But
100%
do you,
agree.
yeah, do you not follow up at all, or do you put them on a list of, okay, cool, in 3 months I just check in again because they forget you anyway?
Yeah. My market is so small that people don't forget me. That's a problem. So I have to be really smart about my outreach and about my follow up. And I learned from my follow ups a lot of mistakes that I did. Like just general follow ups don't work at all. They don't work. It's like, hey man, we want to talk about this XYZ, and we are used to talk about it, and you have that problem. He's like, shit, I don't care. I'm like, oh, how can I grab his attention, you know? And what works for me really well is when I have something that really, where I really had a good conversation with someone, right? If I had a shitty conversation, there's not a lot of good reasons to put like effort, time into your soul when I can spend it with different people.
Yeah.
So I don't want to waste it on them. Mm, I just make sure that once we have that process aligned, we make our follow-ups based on the information that we have. So I send them a demo account and be like, hey, I set up a demo account just for you. It is super special. It's a password. It's everything is just made for you, and there are the reports in there that you were looking for that could enable your company within blah blah XYZ blah. I give you like a good reason to engage, and sometimes I break up even a little bit too early, like even a little bit too early in the job market, where I'm like, hey man, I can feel that you don't have any interest at the moment in continuing the conversations. That's totally fine by me. We are looking also for people who are interested in working with us and not people who need to be pushed to the edge, right? So what I would suggest is let's get back together by the end of the year or next quarter. Whatever you suggest is right or never. It's everything is fine by me and my company, and let's go on from there. But right now, this status quo that we both created, it's always a both. It doesn't work in that particular process right now because you're just holding me back, kind of. I don't write that. You kind of holding me back, but you're
Yeah.
kind of holding me back right now,
Mhm.
and that, yeah. So it's not working out.